Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for the monthly card readings for each sign. If you enjoy these free readings, you can show your support by donating or purchasing some of my many wares. If you can't afford to purchase anything, you can still show your support by subscribing, thumbs-upping, sharing, or take a second to click on one of the ads. Thank you in advance for your continued support, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Now on to the reading. Hello Capricorn, thanks for joining me for the May 2016 Tarot with Animal Totem. Of course, the tarot will be the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, which is my own creation, and the animal cards are my own creation as well. We'll be drawing an Animal Totem card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. Okay, before we start, I want everybody to close their eyes, and I want you to pick a color before we start. Okay, so get a color in your mind before I start shuffling. And then we're going to go ahead and go on to the reading for Capricorn for May 2016. Capricorn, May 2016. You can open your eyes now. I just wanted you to close the eyes. I didn't want you to be influenced if you're still closing them. Capricorn, I didn't want you to be influenced by any of the colors on the screen. I wanted to just like come out of your mind. Oh, by the way, if you've had trouble finding my videos, from now on, or at least for the time being, I'm going to be using this cartoon in the JPEG, so that's where you'll know for sure that it's me. I guess there was some confusion about some similar looking spreads and stuff, so that's why I'm going with the picture of me in the cartoon version that I use on all my books, and then you know for sure that you're going to get my reading. Okay. Caps. What is going on, Caps? Well, that card has come up for everybody. Not everybody, but it's come up quite a bit. In reverse every time, too. Funny. Well, I think a lot of people are just going to be going through some changes, and there's some shifting and changing going on. And the old way is not going to work anymore. That's basically what this card means. But anyways, Capricorn, May 2016. Capricorn, May 2016. Okay, here's your cards. Alright, so now whatever color you picked, pay attention to the colors in the cards and the words that those colors are in. Okay, you understand? Like if you picked whatever color you picked, look in the card and look at the word. Now, I'll be picking them all up so you'll be able to see them better, but you don't have to like necessarily, it doesn't have, if it looks like it says another word, allow that to happen. And that's true through this whole reading. It doesn't even, not even forget about the color part of it. Just if you look at a word and it kind of looks like something else, let that happen. That's just part of it, the message that's coming through just for you. That's what's so cool about these new cards that I did. Well, the very first card out is the Five of Pentacles. And that is the Poverty Consciousness card. That is feeling down, feeling lack, feeling, creating a limit and lack in our lives. And it's funny that you have that card, which is like the card of being, and it can be a health card too. Some of you have been struggling with some health things. But this is like lack. It's lack of physical well-being, lack of financial means, lack of getting what you want. And then in the very same row you have the card of abundance, which is the Empress. This is the most card of abundance. So these are virtual opposites. They're just virtual opposites. This is being low down and having nothing, and this is having all your needs met and being plentiful. So if there's going to be changes made, that's some good changes to be made, right? Because you do have that Six of Cups in reverse again, as I pulled up. I mentioned right when it came out, because it's come up in quite a few of the readings here. And the Six of Cups in reverse is saying the old way is just not going to work anymore. We're not going to go do the same thing we did. Well, it's like, well, how's that working out for you? Anytime, and it's that insanity thing. It's like, yeah, well, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is insanity. So if you've been doing a certain thing and this is the results that you've been seeing, then yeah, by all means, that makes sense, right? Let's make a change. Let's do something else. There does seem to be some news coming because you do have this Page of Rods. He's been showing up quite a bit here too. Well, in a couple of readings he showed up. I say he, but I barely ever use it even for a person. And with all the court cards, he or she, it's open. It's not gender specific because these are general readings. But if you see a message in these words, then that is a message just for you. By the way, if you don't get your message through this reading, then be sure to check your rising and moon sign as well. Back to the Page of Rods. Really, I use the pages more as messengers. And I always say all the young dudes carry the news. So the Page of Rods is bringing the news of something exciting, something to get excited about, something to get happy about, or be enthusiastic, or wanting to get involved in. So some good news. It's good news. The Page of Rods is fire, represents fire, and we do have the Queen of Rods here too, fire signs. And we are having a full moon in Sag on the 21st of this month. So with all this fire energy, I said this in a couple of the other signs too, that full moon in Sag, that could be really something for you. That could be important, okay? But good news is coming, and that it almost is like, here's the poverty and lack. The good news comes, and then you're an empress. So it almost like bing, bang, boom. It all lines up, right? This card, I always want everybody to look at it. Look at this guy's face. Don't overthink it. When you looked at his face, what did it seem like his face was? What is he? Is he happy, sad, worried, tired? That says a lot about the message of this card. To me, it's kind of like, he's been working really hard. That's what I get, that he's kind of tired, that he's been really working hard and he's tired. But whatever it means to you, it is about money. It does have to do, again, with money and career and, building of prosperity, okay? It looks like he's tired because that pile of money, he's right by the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is the highest pentacle card in the entire deck. So it's like the big money card. So it does seem like, and it's lining right up with the Empress, so I really like that. This is a month that could be full of abundance for you. There's also a new moon in Taurus on the 6th, May 6th, and it's in a grand trine with the earth signs, of which you are an earth sign. So this grand trine is going to really be affecting all the earth signs in a positive way. And the pentacles are associated with the earth signs. And a grand trine in earth is like a foundation on which you can build on. And you guys are going to be affected by it because, of course, you are earth signs. The other card that lines up with these two major abundant cards here is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Now look at the letters as they are. Let those shapes change and morph and do different things. Let them dance around, as somebody said. This was a card of financial struggle, but then in reverse it's like, well, things are kind of ironing out here. I'm getting caught up in the bills. I've been working really hard. I got this big pile of money. I'm going to pay off all these bills, and I'm kind of like sitting pretty here. Also, down the bottom here, we have the Queen of Rods. I mentioned her briefly, but I'm going to talk some more about her. The Queen of Rods is the fire sign, and these general readings could be male or female. And she is fiery. Leo, Aries, or Sag. This is probably a fire sign person. They seem to have something to do with you kind of like shaking off the dust here, or shaking up the status quo here. She's got some good ideas, I want to say, because that rod is really standing out to me like that. So it's like ideas that are blooming and growing. She's got good ideas, and she's ready to make it happen. She's not just a talker, she's a doer. She's ready to make it happen, and she's ready to pitch in and make things really start moving and happening. The Magician, excuse me. The Magician is here too. And he's number 1. And even his stance looks like a number 1. And I always look at what's he pointing at. And he points up at the Seven of Pentacles too. So he's pointing up at, this is you. You're the Magician. And the Magician makes their life happen. The Magician creates the reality. The Magician is a go-getter. And nobody ever said the Capricorns were not go-getters. They're definitely go-getters too. So the Magician is a go-getter. He makes it happen. But I feel like you guys are side by side. I feel like this is you and this is another individual who's very fiery. And for many of you, sometimes the Magician can be an indication of your own business too. So for some of you, you may be starting a business, and this could be a business partner or an investor or somebody at the bank that gives you the loan or something like that. These are cards of action, though. We do have a lot of planets in retrograde in May, but I feel like for you guys, it seems like things are going to be really happening, and it's not a time to lay down and stop and retrospect, as you might do under retrograde motion. It's a time for you to really get going, get busy. I feel like you're working really hard, but you're also making lots of strides. You're really you're not just spinning your wheels. You're not just working hard and getting nowhere. You're working hard and you're seeing marked differences. I mean, complete turnarounds here. This is what this is talking about. So overall, a very prosperous month for you. And this is different too. But both of these cards are cards of being empowered. The Empress is definitely empowered, and the Magician is empowered. And these are major arcana cards. These have more, pack a bigger punch. They carry more energy than the minor arcana. So if you've been a little bit in a funk, or you've been a little bit down, or you've been a little bit just feeling like, what am I even bothering for? Tired out and everything. Just give it that one more push, because I see a big transformation for the better here. Financially, but there's more to it than financial. It's empowerment. Another thing, if you know somebody who's been trying to get pregnant and they have not been able to get pregnant, this Empress card could be that. And the child may end up being a fire sign, if they're pregnant. So the fire sign would be Leo, Aries, Sag. So let's see, we're in May. What would that be? 7. If they got pregnant in May, then 7 months would be December, January, February. Well, maybe an Aries or something like that. But it could be a fire sign children. Sometimes you're a couple months pregnant, you don't even know it, Yeah, so, and because this children card is there with the Empress and this page, sometimes that's going to be, somebody's going to turn up pregnant. Or, if there was a health scare with this card, the Empress says full recovery, too. That's another good thing about the Empress. Okay, so I want to go ahead and we're going to get over and do our animal totem card. Hang on just for a few minutes. I want to talk a few minutes about the books that I have out and stuff, and then we're going to come right back with the animal totem. Don't go away. Hey everyone, before we get to the animal totem, I want to make a few quick announcements. If you're learning how to read tarot from watching these videos, you can pick up my book, Tarot in the Modern World. It's very inexpensive and easy to understand. It's available on Amazon. You can find the link above and below and up in the eye. This deck, Tarot in the Modern World, is available from the Game Crafter as well as the Animal Totem. I started doing these coloring books, these adult coloring books. I have the Animal Totem coloring book, which has all sorts of places for notes, and it even has the definitions from the Animal Totem deck in there, and you can make notes of your own and journal. I did an astrology one, which is chock full of information, additional information, the signs, and it has the constellation and all the symbols in it, and you can learn a little astrology while having some fun coloring. It also has a notes section in the back as well, a couple pages of notes. And then probably my favorite is the rock art coloring book. It's affirmations that are said over and over again, which help you to program your subconscious mind. And as you're coloring, there's a place right on the same page to put some notes. And there's lots of cool ones, and it's a pretty detailed coloring book. And then there's also, as we get to all the way to the back, there is a just words. This last one's really detailed. Some of them are pretty detailed. And it's I am beautiful, etc., etc. I allow love into my life, etc., etc. I invite integrity, etc., etc. I believe in myself, etc., etc. And then after that, there's some pages for you to continue on your own. Like, use this as a jumping off point. I am, fill in your own words. I allow, I invite, I believe. And then there's just blank pages to write anything. And you can just doodle in there, or you can write sentences out. But actually writing stuff out really does help manifest and things and bring about change in your life. Also wanted to announce that the soul readings are back. You can find that on the Eye in the Sky This is a deep reading. This is I look at your chart, it's a psychic reading of your chart. It has a lot to do with past lives and what you're doing here on Earth and why you're here. It's pretty deep. It's not superficial at all. So if those of you that want to take it to the next level and are looking for something a little deeper, it's a private video that I'll shoot while I write on the tablet on your chart, and then I send you the video. It's good forever, and I send you the JPEG of everything that I wrote. So check some of that stuff out, and without further ado, back to the animal totem reading. Okay, Capricorn, let's have a look. What is the animal totem card for Capricorns for May of 2016? Capricorn. Oh, it just flew right out. Is that only one card? Yeah, it's only one card. Oh, the ant. Oh, that's perfect. That is totally perfect for this spread. Freeze frame it if you want on any of the cards and really look at them further. Okay, let's see what it says here. Working tirelessly for the good of all. Connecting with community and knowing our place in it. You can move mountains and make miracles happen. Well, ants are hardworking and industrious. You know, that's what I always think of with the ant. And you always see an ant carrying a breadcrumb that's like 3 times its body, you know, or something. You know, you always see these ants. They can, you know, move mountains, you know, basically. And then this mountain here and that mountain, you know, the mountain of money and the mountain of the ant, that kind of is like I'm wanting to put them together somehow. So again, working really hard, but again, making lots of big strides, you know, in your career and financially. And then those mountains too, you know, as Capricorns, we like the view from the top of the mountain the best. We don't like the view from down here. Well, nobody does. Nobody likes that view. But Capricorns, even more so, you know, because of the goat climbing to the top of the mountain, right? Okay, hey, listen, Capricorns, don't forget to check out all the stuff up there and below. The soul readings are back, so if you want to go something a little more deeper, check out the soul reading. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Thank you guys for everything that you do as far as buying my wares, the books, watching the videos, liking, commenting, sharing. Everything you do to support me and the channel and my creative endeavors is so, so appreciated. And the donations, which makes these videos, free videos, possible. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great May, and I'll speak to you soon.